So I named my novel Trust Issues because I felt that it highlighted the ways in which trust issues are formed, as well as ways that you can kind of combat them, and how what's necessary to get a person who has trust issues to kind of like, release some of that tension and to let go to a certain extent. And since then, or since I released my book, I've had multiple conversations with people about trust issues, and it's always like this negative thing, like, oh, you have trust issues, like, oh God, I don't want to deal with you, right? But I think everybody has trust issues, because we know, unfortunately, that not everybody tells the truth, and not everyone has your best interest at heart. So that's really where trust issues come from. Now, granted, some people may have it worse than others and may react differently to certain things, but most of us don't walk around thinking that everybody is legit and everybody is going to do right by us. Like, we kind of know that that's not the case, which essentially is having trust issues. You don't trust everybody. So, but a lot of the conversations I've had, it's been kind of like this concept of this idea, like, well, why? Why don't you just, because that one person did this doesn't mean everybody's going to do it. That's true. But when you have been hurt, you're cautious, right? You see those red flags. You see certain things that, like, oh, wait a second, that looks familiar, or that sounds familiar. And it puts you back into this negative place. So what I want to do, and kind of like in the conversations that I've had with people, when I finally broke down, like, well, this is why, and this is why I have trust issues, and this is what happened, and this person did this, it's kind of like, oh, okay. And I don't think people really take that time to understand, like, how badly some people have been hurt, or how badly some of us have hurt others to get them to that point where they don't trust. It's really easy to tell somebody, oh, it's not a big deal, until you are the person who has to go through that, and you have to figure out how can you move on, or how can you trust the next person, or how can you make sure you don't get hurt again. And it's complicated. It is not an easy task, and it makes it even harder when someone's attitude towards you is like, yeah, okay, it's not a big deal, right? So what I'm thinking about doing, or what I'm planning to do, is this campaign called Why I Have Trust Issues. So I know I have a lot of examples. So I will start off, and here and there I'll post some videos, or I might just type it on my page and use the hashtag Why I Have Trust Issues. But I want to invite other people to do it. You don't have to give as much or as little details as you want, but most of us, men and women, have had instances where people have not told us the truth, and it's made us cautious on how to deal with other people in the future. So what happened? Why? Like, give me, like I said, I have a lot of examples, unfortunately, and I intend to address most of them in, separate videos, because I think people underestimate how, one, serious and severe it can be, and two, how often it happens. And it could be really simple, like the chip, people joke about the Lay's potato chips. You have trust issues because the bag is all puffy, and you open the bag and it's this much left, So, trust issues. I'm trusting that I'm going to get a full bag of potato chips, but I didn't. So that's just an example. Granted, if you wanted to share some fun examples like that, fine. But I do want people to share, because I think this is just a topic that everyone has touched on, but I do think it's such a negative thing that people don't want to admit. Oh, I have trust issues. Everybody has trust issues. Maybe you don't have trust issues with somebody else. You might not be able to trust yourself. Like, I know if I go to a certain store, I don't trust myself to not spend some money. Granted, that's different than relationships, but the point is, everybody has some sort of trust issues. I want to highlight it. I want to give people a platform, an opportunity to talk about it, to at least share, maybe get it off your chest, and then from there, maybe we can have some more discussions around it. So stay tuned. I plan to do this within the next couple of days, really. I just finished one project, now I want to get started on this one. So stay tuned. You have any other insight or tips and whatnot, just send me a message. All right.